Hello there, everyone. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Hope you all had a wonderful day, weekend, whatever. Sorry. I have a little house, and we have a new island, and we have 2 friends with us. And I got a little bit of work done. But first things first, let me show you. Oh, I'm doing this live. You're going to hear clicking. You're going to hear my chair farting. Okay. So we already know the name of the island. But this is the one I chose. Look at those 2 massive rocks on both sides of the beach. But you will notice if you look to your left, not a single rock along the shore. So nice. I just thought this was a really neat looking map. And you may notice if you look to your right, Resident Services is not far. Well, how do I say this? It's not close to the airport, right? But it is off to the side. I like it. I think it's neat because, after I said I like my resident service close to the airport so that there's more room to build, I thought about it and I'm like, well, I'm doing this. I know you guys don't, but I do this for the villagers. And maybe having a resident services closer to where they live might bring them around more. But see, even that isn't true because no matter where resident service is, or no matter where you put the houses, how close or how far apart you put those houses, it's the luck of the draw as to whether or not your villagers are going to be active or not. And by active, of course, I mean hanging out in the plaza, singing to each other, having conversations. It just didn't happen on that last island, so I'm hoping this one is a little bit better. We do have a blue airport, and our starters were Biff and Agnes. Now, I've had Agnes before. I think she's adorable. She gave me the idea to do a pig island, which is not out of the question. We have a Bow River in the top left. That's where our secret beach is, and you'll notice it's wide open. I thought that was neat too, because the other thing I was kind of looking at is the least amount of terraforming possible. I do not mind terraforming river systems. It's so easy to do that. But chopping down all the land and reforming it, that takes work. And I do have plans for the back of my islands. If anybody's been with me long enough, you know. I need to be able to traverse all 4 corners of my island without being impeded. So we're going to have to chop that back, and we're going to have to work on our river system. It's a little loop-de-loo there. It's nice. I like it. I'm happy with it. So yes, we do have, well, let's go for a walk around and I'll show you. So this is Biff's house, and this is Agnes's house. This is everything I've been collecting from balloons and shopping. And one of my major goals every time I start a new island is to get that Nook shopping app in here as soon as possible. Oh my gosh. I only have to donate one more item to Blathers, and that will take him up to a full museum. However, Timmy told me today that he wants the items for a shop. I'm like, have I been buying that much? Because he hasn't really been selling all that much. I've been getting a lot of tools. I got this DIY. Well, yeah, because you fished it out of the river, right? Yeah. Everybody knows that. I was so afraid. I love the nighttime. Oh, I'm sorry. The nighttime owls. But I'm gonna do this just to show you. That's Our island name is Uggums, and I already told you why. And at the end of this video, I will show you the villagers that I have in mind. That is subject to change. I would love to be able, I put a poll on my community tab a couple weeks ago, and one person responded. So I would love to be able to ask everybody, who is your least favorite villager and why? Or at least, who do you think the vast majority of game players dislike the most? That would be most helpful. Now, I do know, I am aware that there's a bottle on the beach. I thought I already got this. Well, that's cool. I know that there are polls and websites out there that show Groucho. A bamboo hat. I like that. Do I have any bamboo? No? Oh, well. You'll also notice that I did a little cheaty. I went to a treasure island just to get the fruit out of the way. I am sorry. Oh, did you notice that I think I mentioned that though, the cherries. And our flower is, hope you can see it. Yeah, there it is. The mum. I love the mum, so I'm happy. I said there's a little bow tie. Are you gonna go? Oh, I can just hop. Okay. Yeah, so I have all of our fruit trees. I don't want to be dealing with all of this stuff. I'm going to concentrate more on fixing up our island. And ironically or not, I'm going to try and make it as beautiful as possible. And this is all the stuff I've collected so far, and this is where I make my items at the thing here. I ordered the tubes immediately. And the diving gear, I bought those at the Nook Shopping. Okay, so here we are on the other side. And I'll just take you on up. Here's where we go into our airport. My very first airport was blue. And I never had one after that because my daughter's airport was blue and I didn't want to copy her. Now I just don't care. So the river comes over this way. Oh, a balloon. Yay, wrong way. I don't have the tool ring. I do get it eventually, but it's just so difficult for me. I'm sure it is a combination of me and my controllers, but I can only do the four corners. I can never get those side. It keeps flipping up, down, and it's very frustrating. So, not a fan of the tool ring. These were in the shop, so I bought one of each of them, and I'm like, why? I don't know. I probably don't need the white ones, but whatever. And then, oh my gosh, you are not going to believe how many salmon I have already caught right here. Well, you can probably tell from the number. Look at this thing. This is really cool. Lots of room to do lots of things. And there's only like one jutty thing here. But this has to go. No, you're not going to block me off of my own island. So I always open that up so we can make it all the way around. Yeah, I got a white one right there. And I got a great rock. I think it's over here. Yeah, right here. This is where I get all my materials from. And yes, I did get my blue roses. I don't know if I told you guys, but before I made the last island that we just viewed in my last video, what was the island called? Perone, because it was pears. before that island, I had started another one. And nothing was going right. It was horrible. However, everything that I bought from Leaf instantly sprouted the rare type of flower, including the roses. I bought one of each rose from him. I planted it like on a border along the river here, like this. And not even 2 days later, well, we did get a lot of rain. It was spring. 2 days later, I'm running around looking for fossils, and here's a blue rose just standing there. I'm like, no way. It did it with the pansy. I got a blue pansy and an orange hyacinth immediately. Well, I guess those aren't too hard. But I did get a pink windflower as well. I'm like, what is going on here? That was really strange. That's never happened before either. So technically, is that a... No. Technically, I have actually accomplished making a blue rose, but I didn't do anything. I just planted those 3 white, red, and yellow. I planted them, and there was the blue rose. So yeah, all of this stuff needs to be donated. And I only have to give him one more thing. These are the ones Tom gave you. He gives you 5 flowers. I don't know if that means that's our sister flower. And of course, we don't know what our sister fruit is yet. But I'm not too concerned about that. So from where our houses are, I didn't even realize this when I set them down. I just figured this is a bigger space. So I put all 3 houses here. But directly behind my house, you just go straight, well, as straight as you can without running into a tree. And there's resident services. So we do have room to work. The boys do want me to set up their shop. I have not... Oh, did we pop a balloon? Oh, thank you. I could use it. I set the museum here because it was the freest space. I didn't lose any trees. But now that I have the better tools recipe, I suppose we could get rid of a couple of these and put the shop here. And then when the Able sisters come along, we could put them here. Just for starters. That's nothing permanent. Alright, and then we go off this way. But I do love when the owls show up at night. They're so pretty. Hey, Biff. I already talked to everybody. I don't want them to yell at me. So, I avoid them. Alright, so that is our island. And now... I guess we could go... Did we? I can never remember. I always get the last island messed up with the one we had previous. No, it would be here, wouldn't it? I don't think we did this. Oh. Alright, I'm confused. Where's our... Oh my goodness, it is on the other side. Okay, we'll go look at our pier, if you don't mind. I also do not know what happened, but I lost 5 gigabytes of hard drive. And I have tried everything to get it back, and it's just not working. So I got to be careful how long I record. I'm watching the numbers drop. I'm down to 123. So yeah, we got a long pier. It's in the exact same spot as the last one. I didn't notice that. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, there we go. That is our island. That's what we have to work with. Shouldn't be too difficult. Well, we got a lot of trees to get rid of, don't we? Those are money trees, those little ones. Alright, so let's go in here. Hope it's not too loud. I can't wear headphones when I'm doing this because the game is just too loud. So this is everything I got. I got a very ugly cot, but I did get a cool radio, and I didn't. Wow, I didn't even know it came in blue. And anybody who knows me knows that blue is my least favorite color. These are all the clothes that I've ordered or collected from balloons. We bought 2 music things because that was there. And as I mentioned, I just want to buy as much as possible to get that phone app so that I know it's easier to buy clothing and other items when you just open your phone instead of having to run home or run to resident services and use a machine. So that is always my biggest goal when I start a new island. Anyway, we are going to talk about, I helped Gulliver. And that's what I got. He showed up yesterday. Well, I have been time skipping to get things up and running. And I mentioned earlier, yes, I did a treasure island. And I think by now, nobody should care anymore. Not that they should have ever cared in the first place, but that's beside the point. Maybe I should... I'm not wearing headphones and I do not know how loud this radio is. Maybe we should go outside. Yeah. I got the house upgrade to get more storage. Get storage, period. I didn't have any. And not a huge fan of dumping things. Okay, let's just stand here, shall we? Good heavens, hope it's not too loud. All right, so the islanders. Okay, so who we're dealing with here? These are the ones I chose based on lots and lots of noise surrounding them. If I'm wrong, you're welcome to let me know. But opinion needs to be broad. Not one person likes them, so they're okay. I like some of them. It's not what we're doing here. What we are doing is we're choosing the villagers. A vast majority of people who play the game say they just can't stand. And our first one is Al. Of course it's Al. No, I am not a fan of Al. He has major issues. He's a lazy. Doesn't look like a lazy. But we're going to try and find him and put him on our island. And hope it works out. He's one of the ones that really makes me anxious. I love the gorillas. But Al, I'm in agreement with everybody else. Next we have Barreled. Very popular opinion. Vast majority of people do not like him. I do know he is on some people's islands, but again, that's not what we're doing here. He's a teddy bear. I don't know that there's that much wrong with him except the painted on glasses. I wonder if you can give him other glasses and will he wear them? We can find out, can't we? All right, after Barreled, we have Buck. The chartreuse horse with very mean looking eyebrows. And he's a jock, he's not a crank. But I think Buck's big problem is the colorblind artists they hired to paint these villagers. I certainly hope that they can find a new position for him. We have a balloon, and I cannot ignore them because I need the items I missed. Dum-dum. Try that again. There you go. Okay, let's get back to our spot. We were here somewhere. What did we get? What did we get? Ooh. Thank you very much. I could always use that. Okay. That's Buck. We all know why he's not that popular. But we will give him a shot. I have more faith in Buck than I do in Al. Next we have Coach. I'll be honest with you. I think he's cool. He's a jock. Yeah, he's got a 5 o'clock shadow. And he's a jock. And those are the only 2 issues I have with him. But a lot of people don't like him. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't know. I usually always find Buck. I'm sorry. Coach, right? Yeah, Coach. Okay, I'm doing a lot of stuff here. After Coach, we have Graham. Not a fan of the hamsters, which is weird because I love hamsters in real life. I think they're adorable. But Graham gets a lot of guff. And I'm sure some of you can see why. But he's not at the top of my shudder list. He's just not. But if we meet him, we'll give him a chance. See if he can redeem himself. After Graham, we have Gruff. Lots more green than chartreuse here. And it's a pretty green. But I think it's his lamb chops. Is that what they're called? Mutton chops on the side of his face. That might be an issue for some people, along with his color. I can't remember if he's a grump or a jock or a smug. I do not remember. Might even be a lazy. But Gruff does not bother me. So if we do take him on, I might not have too many issues with him. And that might not be fair because I might as well mention, if that turns out to be the case, and they do ask to leave, then yes, they will be going. After Gruff, we have Harry. I do not know why everybody hates Harry. I hired him and Prince to work in my cafe on the Paradise thing, and I named the cafe Prince Harry. I thought it was funny and cute. His scribbled on whatever that is mustache thingy doesn't do him any favors. And the camo shirt is not flattering. But that's about it. I think we can look beyond those 2 obvious issues and make an exception. But we'll see. After Harry comes Moose. Pretty sure Moose is a jock. I don't like him. I never did. He's got mutton chops as well, and though they stand out. And aside from his pink ears, he's got pretty pink ears. Maybe we could look at those. Oh, I don't know. But if we meet him, we'll take him on and see what happens. Excuse me. Another coughing, sneezing fit. Good heavens. Oi. Okay. After Moose comes Naomi. Nah. I'm telling you right now, I like Naomi. Yeah, she's got funky red eyes, funky blue color, and the funky groovy dress. And that's everything I love about her. I will not have a problem taking Naomi on. And I'm sure I will get used to her rather quick. She's a snooty, I'm pretty sure. But the vast majority of you out there are like, no. No, please no. Oh no, I just dropped my controller. Hang on. I dropped the controller and oh boy. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, Naomi. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with her. Unless she's a bully, and then that will be a problem. Okay, next. Pee-wee. Pee-wee. Why y'all hate Pee-wee? What did he ever do to you? depressing blue colors. He's a lazy, and I'm sorry, I like Pee-wee. I would take him and be happy. And we're going to do that. You guys are the ones who have to work on it. I think Pee-wee is adorable, and I'm not a fan of his colors. But I think we can work with Pee-wee. I think he has some redeeming qualities. And don't start with the showing off their bum. There isn't a single villager in this entire game who wears pants. Every single one of them are showing off their tushy. And just because an ape has a pronounced tushy doesn't make them the only victim. Rizzo is next. Definitely not a fan of Rizzo. That hat stays on permanently, or banded thing, or whatever you want to call it. And when I was into Asian dramas, and they'd wear those things, I'm like, how can you breathe? Just whatever. It's dumb the way they wore them. Yeah, Rizzo. I'm going to have a hard time with Rizzo. But we will work on it. If we find him, we will work on it and see if he has pretty ears too. Let's do that. We'll concentrate on the ears at the start. And then slowly work our eyes down toward their face. And hope everything works out. I cannot remember if Rizzo is a lazy or a jock or whatever. It doesn't matter. Last but not least, we have Rodney. Yep. That's Rodney. Ever notice that a vast majority of these ones that nobody cares for are blue? Just saying. But you know what? Rodney is a blue that I really like. I think that is the prettiest blue out of them all. But those teeth, those eyes. Oh, Rodney. And he's a hamster. I'm going to have difficulty with him. I know I am. But that's the whole point of this series. We are going to try our best to find at least one redeeming quality about each of these loathsome creatures and see if we can't change a few minds. I do have to end this here because my hard drive is shrinking right before my very eyes. Those are the ones that I know for a fact a lot of people complain about. If you would like to submit an entry, you're welcome to do it in the comments below. I do, even when I say I don't want to, I still read comments. Mean or otherwise, that's something I have to work on. I've had to work on bullies my whole life. I will eventually figure it out. But you're welcome in a comment to say, why isn't this guy nominated? Because we are going to be going through them. This is the Uggums Island. And if there are more out there, I would have to agree with you though, and a vast majority of people would have to agree as well. If it's just your personal bugaboo, that is not going to work because I have a few of my own. Hi, Balloon. That I am ignoring. Now, let's see if I can get it this time. Oh, look at that. I'm ignoring a couple of the ones that I don't care for, too. These are... Oh, wow. Gee, thanks. All right, well, we'll set you here. And hope that helps toward the... I'm not really going to be concerned about the 3 stars. Well, that's not true. I am going to be concerned about the 3 stars, but I think it would be a lot easier to get 8 villagers on the island first. I have flowers. We are selling them in this store. I could go to another treasure island and get some more. But I think I got at least one of each, including one of each of the trees. So whatever comes out of a balloon is what I'm placing around. And we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I have to hit the road here. So those are my choices at the moment. Those are who we're going to be starting with. If we find them, good heavens. I did get my 1 Nook Mile ticket from Tom. So maybe I could get some of those from Treasure Island as well, which I'm more than likely going to do. And we will take it from there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking up at you, aren't I? There we go. Hello, we're on the same level. I thank you very much for being here till the end. You're welcome to like the video. Click the like button if you want. And subscribe if you're interested in more. That would be wonderful. I need all the help I can get. Do take care now. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.